Hey you guys, welcome back to the Vinyl Countdown. I'm Peaches. What's going on? Yeah, it's the middle of the week, man. It's the middle of the week. We're still surviving, right, aren't we? For sure. Hey you guys, I thought it was about time we get down to some nitty-gritty stuff. Yeah, I want to show you guys my top 15 records of all time. Okay? Now, this is a really hard deal. You guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys have already done this already. So I did put a few rules on this particular situation. Okay? One of the rules is, I looked at this from a point of view as if I had 5 minutes to grab 15 records, because we're leaving and we're not coming back. Okay? You know, it's kind of like an apocalypse deal, you know, where wherever you're going, you're not going to be able to replace them, and they're the only 15 you're going to be able to have, okay? So I took that into account, and to follow that, I picked 15 because 10 was not enough, and 20 seemed a little ridiculous to me. It's like, really, who cares what your 20th greatest album is? I don't know. I just look at it that way. I don't need to do 100 of these for you to get the picture. Okay? So I thought of it that way. Okay? And the second rule was that I didn't want to use multiple albums from one group. Okay? I didn't think that was really right for me to do that. You know, like I said, I'm going to take 15 of these with me in a hurry, and I'd rather have a little bit of variety than all the same records from the same group. So that was the other rule that I put on this, and that's about it for rules. And well, thirdly, this could change at any time. You know, this isn't something that's set in stone forever. Okay, and my feelings may change tomorrow, which brings me into the next thing I'd like to talk about before we get into this. You know, when picking out things like this, it really does trigger some really deep thought, okay? And when I start thinking about this stuff, being into music my whole life, not only with listening, but also with instruments and things, you tend to ask yourself sometimes, what is music? Where did it, you know, what is it? What is it? If you had to really get down to it, what is music? And for me to put that into a definition, I would have to say that music is a ticket to ride for an emotion. Okay? And when we think about emotions, we think about happiness, sadness, anger, melancholy, you know, nervousness, all these basic emotions. And when you pick up a record and you play it, you would probably like to capture at least one, if not 2 or 3 of those emotions at the same time. Okay? If you're mad that day, you pick up this record. If you're happy that day, you pick up this record. If you're melancholy, you pick up this one. You guys get what I'm talking about, right? Well, there are, you know, obviously more emotions out there, and it's almost like creating a mood, creating a setting. You know, let's say you're out at the local coffee shop or whatever, and it's, you know how those coffee shops are, you know, you get your fancy little coconut cappuccino, and you're sitting in the booth with someone or by yourself, and, you know, it's not exactly an atmosphere for death metal, okay? You're just trying to have, you know, relax, have a cup of coffee, and they're probably going to play some kind of, you know, acoustic guitar-y folk music type deal, okay? Well, here's another one. If you go out on Saturday night with a chick and it's a real, you know, urban, cool setting, you know, where you have a lot of variety in a big city, you may want to go check out a jazz club, you know. Hey, you know, a fancy drink and a cocktail dress and a cigarette, and let's go out and slick our hair back and go back to the jazz club, you know what I'm saying? So, not only is music a ticket to ride for an emotion, it's a ticket to ride sometimes to create an atmosphere. You know, when you go out to the nightclub, it's boom chicka boom boom. You know what I'm saying? It's not orchestral music. So we use it for that as well. For me personally, Now, if, like I'm saying, I'm getting right down to the nitty gritty here, you guys, okay? Okay. When it comes to music for me, setting a mood comes way second, okay? That's only for special occasions. But for, 80% of the time, for me, in my mind and in my heart, music is something that should either pull me right off the ground like a space shuttle launch, or it should be something that slams me down to the ground, like a really great power ballad. Great 80s power ballad from a hair metal band. Okay? So those are usually the two directions that I, most of the time, those are the only two directions I find acceptable for me. I wanna rock, okay? Or if I'm not doing that, I really wanna take some time to reflect, okay? I don't have an in-between button. So I obviously don't do jazz, I don't do folk, I don't do classic rock. I don't do anything where I have to kind of go like this. Okay, how am I supposed to feel right now? Happy, sad, I don't really want to sit here and feel like duh. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of music that's in that area. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I don't do a lot of those classic groups like Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles. I don't do that kind of music because it doesn't do anything for me, following the rule of those two different ways that I love to go. Either like I said, start the drag car and let's go, gentlemen, start your engines, or I'm gonna bawl my brains out. Simple as that, okay? So that's what I used as guidelines to pick out these albums, these top 15 albums that I would take with me. All right, so without further ado, let's get started, you guys. And disclaimer, these are mine. These are my favorites. If you want to cheer for them, go ahead. If you don't agree, that's fine too, man, because we're all built differently. We all are. Some of us have big feet, some of us have small feet, okay? Some of us have to wear glasses, some of us have perfect vision. So, we got that clear, right? All right. To start out, my biggest, as you can see, my collection is very concentrated, okay? Me and Mrs. Peaches love our 80s stuff. We dabble in a little bit of this and that here and there outside of that, but other than that, this is the stuff that really gets me going, okay? And that's what I've kind of based 90% of my collection around, okay? So let's go. My top 15 albums at this point in time. First one, Warrant Cherry Pie. I want music to make me feel good, and I want to rock, and I want to have a happy experience. So yeah, Nirvana, you're out of the picture. Okay, I don't do grunge. I don't do grunge. I don't think music should be depressing and suicidal and dwell on all the nasty things like living under a bridge. Okay? I don't like that in music. It's not what my deal. So yeah, I want to have some fun. So I love Cherry Pie. The song Cherry Pie, the song Uncle Tom's Cabin, I Saw Red and Then I Closed the Door. All kinds of good songs on here that are totally rockin' tunes from the 80s, man. 80s metal, Cherry Pie. All right. My list, I could not leave the house without this, you guys. Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Man, Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City. Oh, man, it's just, they go on and on and on. All right? I'm just looking at some of the songs on here, you guys. It's So Easy. Mr. Brownstone, Paradise City. Rocket Queen. Oh man, that song Rocket Queen is amazing. Would not leave without it. All right. A lot of these are going to be familiar to you guys. Here's a more modern one. This is Disturbed's Indestructible. You guys try to find this album. It is awesome. I love the songs on here, man. The song Indestructible, Inside the Fire is an amazing song. Amazing song. Yeah, it just great songs on here. Probably one of my favorite Disturbed albums. Like I said, I didn't want to grab multiple albums from the same group. So yeah, there you go. And next on the list, man, when that 1990 range kicked in, I'm telling you, we were at the top of the game for hair metal, for sure. And I don't think I could leave the house without this one. Slaughter, Stick It To Ya. Burning Bridges, Fly to the Angels. Oh my gosh. Loaded Gun. That song Desperately on this album is amazing. Eye to Eye. I couldn't leave without it, you guys. Slaughter, Stick It To Ya. This is the guy, Mark Slaughter from the Vinnie Vincent Invasion. Alright? So that's who you're dealing with on that one. Definitely couldn't leave the house without this one. It's a recent acquisition of ours. I got it from Mrs. Peaches for VCLT. And it is none other than Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tears. This, to me, no, this is my deal, okay, you guys? Because I love how well music is put together. I don't really care what era it's from. When I hear something I like and I think it's very, very well put together, I like it, okay? To me, in my mind, this is Ozzy Osbourne's best album he ever made. It's an amazing sounding album, and it has so many songs that I love on it. I can't get enough of that Mama I'm Coming Home, Mr. Tinker Train, the song No More Tears. Just an amazing album by Ozzy Osbourne. I can't live without it, you guys. I have been living without it for a while now, though. I was about to pull my hair out. Alright, let's go on to the next one. You know, this group has a ton of albums, and like I said, I can't be bringing 3 or 4 from this group with me, so I picked one. And this one seems to be the one that I just cannot live without from this group. And it's AC/DC, The Razor's Edge. Thunderstruck. The only one that doesn't fit on here is Mistress for Christmas, but the rest of them, this album is just my deal when it comes to AC/DC, man. Like I said, you get to grab 15 albums. We're out of here. Which ones are you going to take? It's going to be this one for me. Love it. It's right around that 1991 range too, man. I can't remember the exact date on it, but it's right around that era. See if I can slip that back in there quick. You guys catching this rat? Alright, next one in line, you guys. This is going to be really controversial, but you know what? This is my list, and I don't really care. Alright? Here it is. The Metallica Black Album. You know, I loved Injustice for All. I loved the other ones, but for me, it's that thing. When I hear somebody produce an album, and when I see this music writing just get better and better and better, you guys, there are so many secrets and so many misconceptions about this album. I love every song on this album. There's nothing that I don't love about this album. Now, there's so many people out there that are going to say, oh yeah, when that Black Album came out, Metallica just ruined it. Yeah, that's when they lost all of their fans. Are you kidding me? This thing went like 16 times platinum, okay? It blew everybody out of the water, okay? And there's a reason for that, because it is a good album, okay? It's an amazing album, all right? I don't think they walked out of the studio and had a cigarette and said, "Oh, yeah, I'm glad we made that mainstream sucky album, and I'm hoping that nobody likes it." Okay? Here's one misconception for you. Metallica's on tour right now, you guys. Okay? And they are coming around my area. And we looked up getting tickets, all right? Well, I guess we waited a little bit too long. Because, you know, everybody thinks all their fans left, all right? But I'm telling you, the concert that we just investigated sold out in 8 minutes. Yeah, that's 8 minutes. And they're going to play probably most of this album at that concert. So, where people are getting their ideas about this album, I have no idea. Because, like I said, they just sold out in 8 minutes. So that's one that I cannot live without. Even though, like I said, the rest of them are great too. Here's another one, you guys. I grew up with it. I can't live without it. It's going to be in my top 15. It's a life-changing record, man. I'm telling you. Prince, Purple Rain. What else can I say? I love every song on here but Take Me With You. Take Me With You is just this melancholy thing. It doesn't bring me up and it doesn't slam me down. It's just one of those songs. Blah, 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 blah. And that's not the kind of music that I do. Okay, I don't do blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, Purple Rain from Prince. Amazing. Here's another one, you guys, I cannot leave home without. Skid Row's debut album. Top notch. Top notch. It doesn't get any better than this. If you don't have this album, you guys, you need to pick it up for sure. Skid Row's debut album. Every song on here. Big Guns, Sweet Little Sister, Can't Stand the Heartache, Piece of Me. Yeah. 18 in Life, Rattlesnake Shake, Youth Gone Wild, Here I Am, Making a Mess of Me. Making a mess! Yeah, I Remember You, awesome power ballad. Oh man, I'm telling you, could not live without this album, you guys. It's been on the top of my list since it came out. Yeah, I was around then. I was in high school when that came out. Alright, here's another one. I'm in love with this album. I'm in love with this group. You know, they had a lot of other albums, but I'm telling you, this is the one that I would take with me. For sure. So many great stories. It's another one. It's either going to pick you up or it's going to slam you down to the ground. Yeah, relationship style, for sure. So yeah, Winger's debut album. Highly underrated album. Yeah, and it's getting around to you guys in the vinyl community, for sure. It's getting around. Take a minute to discover it. It's pretty neat. All right. And this one. You guys, I could not pick an album from this group. Me and Mrs. Peaches went over them last night and well, oh, I love that one, but I love that one, but I love that one. And so I'm taking this one with me. Which one is it? It's Motley Crue's Greatest Hits. This one has all the good ones on it. So we can take Motley Crue with us buffet style. Yeah. Pick and choose what you want on here because they're all awesome. Man, I am telling you, let's run this down. Too Fast for Love, Shout at the Devil, Looks That Kill, Too Young to Fall in Love, Smoking in the Boys' Room, Home Sweet Home, Wild Side, Girls, 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 Dr. Feelgood, Kickstart My Heart, Same Old Situation. Oh, I love that song, Same Old Situation. Don't Go Away, Mad, Just Go Away, Without You, Primal Scream, Sick Love Song, Afraid, If You Die Tomorrow, or If I Die Tomorrow, Saints of Los Angeles. So this is already up to the Saints of Los Angeles album and all the way back. So you guys you gotta have this, man. Yeah. And then Saints of Los Angeles and the Animal in Me remix. Woo! That is definitely one to throw in the suitcase. For sure. All right. Got a couple more left here, you guys. I couldn't leave home without this. I love this band. I love them. Def Leppard. Yeah, I'm sure they walked into the studio and said, hey, let's overproduce this. It's a huge mistake. We don't have any experience. We don't have 30 years of experience doing this. Let's just, you know, let's overproduce it and it won't sell and we'll be good. We'll just be able to go home and make ham sandwiches. No. They were using the latest in technology to create some really awesome music. Not as much with this one, but with Hysteria, yes. Okay? They didn't walk outside and say, I'm glad we made that overproduced album. Pfft, whatever. Yeah. Let's pack it up, guys. It's overproduced. See you later. Whatever, man. God. Okay, and the last one. Or no, this is the second to the last one. I love this band. This was right around my junior, senior year of high school. And then this one came out after I graduated. But I love this group. Do you guys know, I'm trying to remember the year now. I might be wrong a little bit about this. But do you guys know that on the American Music Awards, these guys won Best Favorite Heavy Metal, or Best Favorite Metal Band of the Year on the American Music Awards, and they beat Nirvana. That's right. They beat Nirvana on the American Music Awards. These guys took it for everyone. They were on the battlefield trying to save metal while grunge was coming in. And yeah, they pounced Nirvana. I love it. Love this group. Love this group. If you guys can find this, Firehouse has got a couple of really good albums. Okay, the first one and the second one. This is the second one. Wow. I can't leave one without it, you guys. Love it. Well, one more to go. And I don't have it on vinyl, and I wished I did, because I would just about lose it if I did. And I just cannot, I could not leave home without this as part of my top 15, you guys. I have it on CD, but not vinyl. And it's Creed Human Clay. What a classic metal. Oh man, I can't get enough of this. Are you ready? What If? What If was in that movie Scream, I think, as part of the soundtrack. Yeah, Beautiful, Wrong Way, Faceless Man, Never Die, With Arms Wide Open, Higher. I love that song, Higher by Creed. Wash Away the Years, Inside Us All. Man, Human Clay by Creed. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, you guys, there is my top 15 albums as of right now, okay? This is stuff that would it would carry me on until death do us part, for sure. Well, I'm glad you guys came down to the Vinyl Countdown. I'm glad you screwed around with me a little bit today, all right? Going over some great music that I will cherish until the end of my days, for sure. Well, thanks again for watching, and I really do appreciate everybody out there. I've been talking to a lot of you guys, and I'm telling you, life is different now since I joined the VC, for sure. I'd have to say that. Thanks for all the comments on my video. Don't forget to subscribe and like and all that fancy jazz, okay? You guys have a great night. I'm Peaches, and we will see you later.